Today, your life changes completely. How much do you believe in the phrase, imagination creates reality? For some, this idea might seem overly simplistic or even unrealistic. Others may have experienced its power firsthand and trust it deeply. What's undeniable is that this single sentence has sparked immense curiosity and possibility in countless lives. However, the way our consciousness works is far more intricate and sophisticated than this phrase suggests. Simply picturing a scene in your mind doesn't automatically transform reality. Beneath the surface, layers of psychological and subconscious processes are at play. This means the phrase alone can't capture the full scope of how reality is created. Today, we'll explore why imagination sometimes turns into reality and why, in other cases, it leads to the opposite outcome. Let's dive in step by step. Creating a specific reality through imagination is simpler than you might think. It starts with vividly imagining the scene you want to experience, using your senses, sight, sound, or even touch. A famous example is Neville Goddard's ladder eggplant. In this exercise, you declare in your daily life, "I will not climb a ladder." Yet, every night before bed, you vividly imagine climbing a ladder, feeling the rungs under your hands and the motion of your body until you fall asleep. But theory is secondary to experience. Studying grand ideas for years is less impactful than achieving a small success through practice. Many people, upon discovering the power of imagination, aim for massive goals like creating wealth right away. However, setting overly ambitious targets in the early stages often leads to giving up. That's why I encourage those I coach to start by creating something that feels utterly impossible. Before you believe me, I say, try manifesting something you think can't happen. Recently, a client asked me about the power of imagination. As usual, I advised them to choose something that seems impossible to experience and imagine it vividly seeing or hearing it as if it's real. This person chose to visualize an eggplant with eyes. At first, they struggled to imagine it clearly. The idea of refusing to see an eggplant with eyes while simultaneously imagining it felt confusing and illogical. I encouraged them to set aside rational doubts and focus solely on experiencing the scene vividly in their mind. Exactly 1 week later, they contacted me, astonished, saying they had seen an eggplant with eyes. This client, however, questioned whether they had truly created this reality. This is a hallmark of manifestation. When it happens, it feels so natural that it's easy to dismiss as mere coincidence. That's why it's crucial to choose something so improbable that, if it occurs, you'll know with certainty it was your creation. Think of the movie Inception. The characters navigate dreams within dreams, where everything feels so real that they struggle to distinguish between dream and reality. To stay grounded, they use a totem like Cobb's spinning top. Similarly, my client initially thought an eggplant with eyes was impossible. But when it appeared, the experience felt so natural that they wondered if it was just chance. This is how reality works. Just as meeting a stranger or visiting a new place in a dream feels seamless, our consciousness naturally perceives what it creates as real. Manifestation doesn't always mirror your exact vision. Instead, it unfolds in a similar organic way. To avoid being swayed by this naturalness, choose a specific target that screams, "This could only be an eggplant with or a three-legged horse or a three-legged horse." Such experiences build. These small successes remind you that you are the creator of your reality, pulling you back to your conscious power whenever you're lost in the external world. Yet, imagination doesn't always deliver the desired results. If it could guarantee passing exams, landing dream jobs, earning wealth, or building perfect relationships, everyone would live effortlessly. This is where skeptics of manifestation have a point. Why does it work sometimes and backfire others? The answer is simple. Imagination is not the sole driver of reality creation. While imagination shapes reality, it's not the only factor at play. Look around you, your body, family, friends, country, planet, even the birds flying by. You didn't consciously imagine each of these into existence. In dreams, you create new bodies, people, and worlds without deliberately designing them. Reality creation is automatic by default. Whether you imagine or intend something, reality is constantly being shaped. Why? Because you are reality. You don't live in reality. You are reality, because you and reality are one consciousness. As consciousness, you create yourself, others, and the world around you. In this sense, dreams and reality are fundamentally the same. We are consciousness, and consciousness automatically creates and experiences reality every moment. The reality you experience depends on the state of consciousness you embody. The challenge is that humans struggle to recognize the thoughts, beliefs, and emotions stored in their subconscious. Consider another client's story. They repeatedly face betrayal and manipulation in relationships, unable to understand why this pattern persisted. Upon exploring their past, we uncovered childhood experiences of abandonment by parents and relatives. These led to a deep-seated belief: I am always abandoned. Despite their conscious efforts to meet good people, their subconscious belief drew them to those who would betray or leave them, perpetuating the cycle. Similarly, someone might strive for wealth but hold a subconscious belief that without money or skills, act drives them to create realities that reinforce their worthlessness. Consciousness creates reality based on what you truly believe, not just what you consciously desire. This is the key to why the law of attraction or manifestation sometimes fails. In science, no single law explains everything. Newton's laws of motion work perfectly in everyday life, but near the speed of light or in strong gravitational fields, Einstein's theory of relativity takes over. Similarly, the law of imagination operates within a larger framework, the law of consciousness. Imagination creates reality, but only when your state of consciousness is free from attachment or lack. Rather than chasing surface-level desires, ask yourself, why do I want this? Often, desires stem from feelings of inadequacy, fear, or lack. Why do you want money, love, recognition? What would you feel like without them? These questions reveal the emotions, abandonment, worthlessness, or inadequacy that automatically shape your reality. In a dream, do you need a fancy car, house, or clothes to feel validated? If the dream world is your consciousness, no external force can define your worth. Reality is no different. It's another dream. Before chasing money or a perfect partner, ask, why do I want this? Recognize that you are the consciousness that created this world. You are whole and complete without those things.